so cold, sleep is nice. So tired, my eyes fight. They just wanna close back up tight. Get up, hoodie on, hard work at the crack of dawn. This life ain't for the weak ones. No, this life pure, only for the strong. Feeling slow, shake it off. Don't got time for negative thoughts. Red sight, got the dot. Shoot my shot, I want the top. Never lost, got my plot. Know my story, I know my boss. I will fight against the clock. Time's a limited gift from God. One day I will have my victory. Crush all my enemies so viciously. Work so hard my hands are blistering, and they will carve my name in history.
What's going on, y'all? I'm your host with the most so ever toast. We are here, Villanova Radio. Villanova won 22-17 over Eastern Kentucky. They were 8-4 at the time. Listen, big win. It started out slow. It's like 17-9. You know, you had Eastern Kentucky is a good team. They had their ups, they had their downs, and it was a good game. Playoff football. So coming back and you're talking about their game, the big thing for Villanova, Connor Watkins played like a dog. One thing about Connor Watkins, man, what you're going to understand about Connor Watkins is he's going to always be a playmaker. He's not going to be scared at the moment. He's a guy you can depend on. Whether you're looking at fantastic analytics or whatever, he's a guy you can depend on. He's tough. He's going to make the tough play. He's going to make the play. So, looking at this game, Eastern Kentucky, playing against Matt Morrissey, the defense was all over him. Like, he couldn't do nothing. Connor Watkins, 14 for 24. This is what he's been doing all season, you know. You want to see him complete more of his passes, but this is just Connor Watkins. 2 touchdowns, 1 interception. He been sacked 3 times. One thing the defense didn't get to Matt Morrissey and sack him, but they got to Watkins. But Watkins is always a tough player. And the one guy I knew Nova had to watch out for was Joshua Carter. 21 rushes, 150 yards. Got a 77-yard burst. Had 4 catches for 43 yards. The dude's good. Joshua Carter was the guy the whole game. I mean, I know Marcus Cal-Wise is good, you know, but no, that's not the guy we had to watch out for. It was Joshua Carter, and he had a game. But then you look at Villanova, and so did David Abbott. David Abbott had a game. Just in the nick of time, just when Nova needed that game, David Abbott, 14 rushes, 97 yards. You know, a 24-yard bomb. Then David Abbott had 2 catches for 75 yards. Best all-around performance of the season. Really showed who he was. Almost 200 yards of total offense. Connor Watkins, 62 yards rushing. They're added to their 177. So you got to come back to that. See, 62 yards rushing. He's always going to be a guy that is, you got to watch for his legs. He's one of those guys. Like, Lucas Kopecki has been viable all year. 6 catches, 651 yards. Biggest game of the season in the playoffs. Chris Colby, guy always makes, you know, every couple of games, you know. Listen, he's described, I mean, he's shown why they recruited him, and he's really moved up the ladder as far as receivers. And he's 6'3". They throw to him. He's a guy that can catch the ball, and they've shown the confidence. Devin Smith had a touchdown. He's been the key all year. James Weld, another senior. Tight end, gets a touchdown, 6'4" target. I mean, they have tall targets on this team that make them dangerous. But David Everett, the game he had, it's crazy. I mean, I had him on High Level Sports Talk early in the season, along with Isaiah Wrangler. Man, these guys are good. Wrangler could have had the same game. Could have the same game. Then you look at the defense. I gotta be one thing about the defense, man. Listen, Richie Kimmel. This game kind of reminds me of the Youngstown State game. I attended the Youngstown State game. It was clicking on all cylinders. Richie Kimmel had a big game, 8 tackles, one forced fumble. He was a big player. You go back to that game against Youngstown State. He was a big player in that game. And it kind of put the momentum into Nova early in the season, that game. Ethan Potter, 7 tackles. So I remember DeWood in the Youngstown State game. DeWood had a good game. This time he had a better game, 7 tackles, pass breakup. DeWood's going to be a big-time player. He's really a real good player. Shane Hartzell got involved in the game. Obina Nowobodo got involved in the game. Excuse me if I say that wrong, but he's been a big captain of this team for a long time. Big-time player, another big recruit, got good. And he's been, especially in the last, like the 4th quarter of the season, he's really been a big-time player. And 5 tackles in the playoff game. Ty Trini has been shut down for a long time. I mean, if you look at guys like Jaquan Amos or Christian Benford, Ty Trini is right there, just as consistent, right on the money with all of them. He had 4 tackles, tackle for loss, 1.5 tackles for loss, pass breakup, 2 pass breakups for Jalen Goodman, who also had a big game. Aiden Howard got in there. I mean, Capri Martin got in there. Christian Sapp got in there. Jason Hall, pass breakup, and a tackle for a loss. That's another guy that's going to be a big-time linebacker for this team, Jason Hall. A lot of good talent. Turner Ends, a lot of good talent on this team. The defense showed up. Took a little minute, but then the defense locked down in the second half. Showed just what this team is about. And they're going against Incarnate Word. He's a 10-2 team, good team. They were 7-0 in their conference. So this is going to be a big game, man. Real big game. You look at Word, got Jalen Warthall, 70 catches, 1,149 yards on the year. Ray Alexander, 78 catches, 947 yards, 11 touchdowns for Alexander, 14 for Warthall. These are the guys that are going up against, coming up for the next game. Incarnate Word is a good team. Jalen Warthall is a bigger target. Like, he's a guy you got to really worry about. 1,000-yard catcher, 6'2", 180, redshirt junior, a guy that are going to have to really these cornerbacks and secondaries are going to have to really be involved. Tyrell Mims, Ethan Potter, Jalen Goodman. They're going to have to be like key players when they play these guys. Like, it's not going to be no games with this team. This is a very good offensive team. And you look at the quarterback. Zach Calzada is a 3,000-yard passer, 33 touchdowns. So he's a high-level player. So this defense is going to have to be on this guy. This is a high-level offense that can really play. You got DeCalon Taylor, who has 953 yards. All right, 9 touchdowns. This is a high-power offense. This team is going to have to really, really be on their game and show what they're really about. Connor Watkins is going to be a big one. This is going to be a quarterback battle. The quarterback battle is going to be there. And Jalen Sanchez and Devin Smith, this is the stage. This is it. The offense gets harder. Secondary, the cornerbacks, the safeties, all the talent that they have recruited, this is real good. Ethan Potter and Jalen Goodman Tyrell Mims, this is it. This is the stage. Isis Waxers, big time. This is the game. Guy with size, a guy with a track star. These receivers are something to look at. They're going to have to play their game. So this is a big game, December 7th against Incarnate Word. 10-2 team, 10-3 Wildcats. Oh, this is a big game. This is it. This is where the Wildcats can prove where they're at. And we're talking about if we want to go to the basketball section of Villanova is looking like they're trying to get there to the, with Neptune's offense. They look better than they did last year. The way this team is playing each game this year, they look way better than they did last year. Looking at Eric Dixon, the way he's shooting the ball, the confidence of Tyler Perkins, the confidence of Brick is shooting the ball. Just against Ryder was a 4-2 team. I mean, you want to say we're supposed to, but we had a problem with Columbia, who's another team that had a good record. We ain't played no teams that were bad records and lost to them. Like, it's a surprise because we're Villanova and we're expected to be teams like that, but this is where we at right now. And this has been a tough record. I mean, tough schedule. So now you look at Villanova, they go against Cincinnati. I don't know if Daniel Skillings is playing. There's going to be one guy you look out for. There was a big player to play against Villanova, but that's going to be a tough game. 16th ranked team. But I think Villanova has the team to go against all these guys. I mean, they're a pretty talented team. You have to really understand. Villanova has Chris Parker now, who's 6'8", who can play guard, small forward. Matthew Hyde is out, but you got Josiah Mosley, who's been playing good in international competition. These guys are just starting to get to play with each other. You look at Dumont hit a three-pointer in one of the games. That's just letting you know what type of – the guy is a 6'7" guy that's played in international competition and can play. He's just sitting back. Jeremiah Brick is starting to find himself. He's averaging 4 assists a game. He's looking good in this offense, but they're just kicking up. It's going to start kicking up because these guys are playing more and more together. That Maryland game could have been their game. They played good enough to win their game. It just, the defense just has to get better for Villanova. It just has to get better. Looking at where Villanova is right now, you just have to be a little patient. They're at the games where getting to the 9th and 10th games, getting towards your 10th game, the chemistry is going to kick up. It's a shame that Matthew Hyde couldn't be with this team. Stupid rules. Makes no sense. I really don't get that. The same thing they did with Maury Spellman. This is that is bullshit to me. I just don't really get that. I mean, it makes no sense. But he's going to be a good player for Villanova for a long time. I predict his brother is a lock here. I think his brother will commit to Villanova, no question. And I think him and you have Matthew Hyde and Jaden Hyde. And with that means he has another year. Matthew Hyde will have another year with his brother, Jaden Hyde. I think that's the big thing about that. They take one of his years, but he'll be here with his brother, and that'll be big. Villanova, just give him a little minute. Just give him a little minute. Now, Coach Denise Dillon has done a great job, a superb job, and Jasmine Bascoe is something different, man. That is crazy. Listen, I said that Jasmine Bascoe was going to be good. I did, but I didn't know. Oh, Jesus. Listen, if you go back to when Jalen Brunson was the point guard, right? He was a freshman, 2016 team. He started next to Ryan Arcidiacono. This is the last time you've seen the impact of a point guard playing basketball with Villanova. Jasmine Bascoe, Canadian sensation, is averaging 13.9 points, 4.7 assists, and 1.9 steals, man. And shout out to that team because the Nate Carter, listen, watch out. This another team. See, chemistry has to go down in sports big time because there's so many teams that are just getting together, and Nova's one of them. A lot of transfers, freshmen coming in, and the impact of Jasmine Bascoe is just unbelievable. She's great basketball IQ, real good. Danae Carter from Philly came back home, 9 points, 6 rebounds, one steal, one block. Listen, just hold on for a minute. Danae Carter, just wait. She's about to. You can really see almost double, in her future. Like she's really good like that. Maddie Burke, man. Maddie Burke is killing them right now. Then you still got Maddie Weber. You got the Maddies. The Maddies is nice. They can light it up, man. And then Laura Edmondson is she's another shooter, man. They're just trying to fit everybody in there. That's how you do. Jelia Green, another one that's in there. You still got Kaylin Orahel. I mean, listen, this team, just give them a little minute, and they're not starting off like sloppy. Like they could easily start off with just 2 wins, right? But they've been really competing. Nice one against Baylor, even though Baylor's a big time team. I mean, but you gotta look at how good they've really been playing. Like these girls are just getting together. Just give it a minute. And Jasmine Bascoe, man, once again, you just gotta give her a salute because when you play that long, when you play this game, right, and you become an athlete and you just want to play to be, you want to get credit for what you're doing. You want to get credit for what you're doing, and it's just something to see. It's sensation as a freshman able to play like that. She's only going to get better, man. I mean, she's looking at players, man. Dylan has another one. You had Maddie, you had Lucy, now you got Jasmine, man. Like, but you still got on this team. You still got girls like Maddie Weber. Maddie Weber's good, man. Man, she can be like Lucy. Like this team, then you still got Brent McCurry. Like Kennedy Henry is coming, which like it's really a good. And then you got the twins coming. Like it's crazy right now. It's crazy. This is a good future, and to way to regroup after losing Lucy, after losing Christina, as an way to regroup, and you got to you still. I think people are giving a hard go on Neptune. I mean, they could have easily lost more other games because they lost. You didn't know what team he was getting for a minute, and then you can see this team getting better. After they lost to Merlin, they came in right in there, bam, touched up Ryder. Like, okay, we ain't no slump going on. They almost got Merlin. It could almost be a 2-game winning streak. Like this would have been a different way of talking about the Villanova team. So I think that it's a little bit too much coming down on them. But this team ain't even got as nearly as good as this is going to get as when you hit the Big East championship. But they're going to win their games. Here the Big East and the Big Five. It's going to be more games they're going to win. You're going to see how good this team really is. I'm waiting for Joy Longino. Man. That's my thing. I'm waiting for Joy Longino. Man. Yeah. They need him to be that guy, to be this team I was talking about. They need Longino to be that guy. Dixon has been that guy, but Longino ain't been that guy. Those two have to for this team to take off. And then Poplar can do what he can do. Because you need Longino to be that scorer, that dog, along with Dixon. Like he has it too. So if Longino don't do that, they need another player that's going to light it up. Poplar got to step up more. Is it going to be Perkins? They need Longino to be that dog, man. So I think that's just it. Villanova, this 2025, I was talking about the football class. Talking about some recruiting. Kennedy Henry, for one, is with the girls' 2025 class. really going to be something big for this 2025 class. That is, it's really something to see how Denise Dillon was able to, get them, and the Bender twins. Also, if you know anything about the 2025 class, they are notorious. They are. Talk about Lise Bender and Brooke Bender, two players that you get to show up your front court. Then you get them with Kennedy Henry. It's crazy. That's crazy. That is crazy. You got Lise Bender and you got Brooke Bender, and that's with Kennedy Henry. So Denise Dillon she has a mission. She wants to be one of those best teams in the country, and she has some players. She almost got Kaylin Carroll, almost got her another 5-star, but it came down to other schools, and she ended up choosing. I think it was Kentucky. Dillon is fun to watch. It's like Bridget Orchard with softball. She's fun to watch. She gets talent. Coach is good. It's fun to watch. And the men's is going to end up. You just got to see where they're going. Where they're going. Where do you get? And it seems like something's good right now. Chris Parker, Josiah Mosley, and Tyler Perkins off the bench. That's something to have off the bench. And then you still got Nana Joe, who, as a player that's 6'11", 255, can play their center position. So they're still a deep team. They just got to play, and you see a breakthrough coming. Just look at the Ryder game and see how those guys played. See how those guys were able to play together. Big time team. Big time team going down the road. So we are, y'all, listen. It's Villanova Radio. It's the first episode of Villanova Radio. I'll be as the playoffs go on. They play Incarnate Word, 10-2 Incarnate Word. Good team. This is going to be one of those games to watch that the competition just gets better. And we'll see what Villanova plays Cincinnati. Villanova, the ladies, listen, Jasmine Bascoe. I got to talk more just before I want to go out. Jasmine Bascoe, just watch her play basketball. Watch her play basketball. Danae Carter was a big-time addition to this team. So I'm out, y'all. Listen, follow me on Instagram. Follow me on Twitter. Lita Johnson, I write for Villanova, NFL Draft Diamonds, Nate Hoops. See y'all, man. I'm out. Follow Lita.